The World as You Know It, presented by the Industry Hub, a nonprofit think tank focused on preserving jobs and creating opportunities for the future. The speed of change is exponential. The amount of technological advancement that occurred in the year 2000 occurred every 1 hour and 6 minutes in 2013 and will occur every 30 seconds in 2020. What does that mean to our communities and to our jobs? First, we need to look at what jobs we currently have in our markets and which industries are at risk. Most companies fail to see the warning signs: decreased sales volumes or increased overhead. Senior management fail to fully evaluate the product life cycle and create change strategies, and some have no exit strategies at all. In this example, we're going to look at companies that are in late maturity or in decline phase of their product life cycle. In 1990, Kodak had 145,000 employees worldwide. By 1998, that number had decreased to almost half. In 2012, the company went bankrupt, and in 2014, they only had 8,000 employees. Another large industry that's seen a significant decrease has been IBM. In 2014, IBM took corrective action and changed management. You can see from this graph that IBM is still on the low end of productivity in revenue per employee. What did we learn from these examples? Products age, technology changes. You either change and create new strategies, or what happens? What happens is companies go out of business, jobs are lost, and communities suffer. Let's look at the impact of technology. Around 65% of the children starting primary school today will end up working in jobs that don't yet exist. Their future training is crucial. Let's look at one of these major technologies, 3D printing. 3D printing has applications in aerospace, culinary, automotive, plumbing, medical, many applications. Here's an application of custom auto body. Another application is in the medical field. What will be the impact of these technologies on our workforce? Another major technology change is nanotechnology. Although nanotechnology is not new, it's still in its very early developmental phases in the introductory cycle. Here's a graph showing some of the medical applications for nanotechnology. What happens to the medical profession? How do we train physicians and nurses? What kind of education will they need? Certification? What happens to hospitals? What happens to Medicare, health insurance? Think about the impact on retirement. What happens to our food supply? Where do we go from here? What can you think of that needs to be improved? How will these technologies be funded? Where do we go to find the right workforce? And what kind of training will they need? Are you ready for the future? Most are not, and so we need to get ahead of this and start planning for our future. What happens to human capital, our people? They need good paying jobs, affordable education, path to growth and achievement. At the Industry Hub, we look at 3 different segments: declining industries, emerging opportunities, and human capital. In the declining industry phase, we need to identify which industries will be losing jobs, determine the number of jobs at risk, how will we work with the individual companies, how will we work with all stakeholders to find solutions, determine where the funds will come from to underwrite these solutions, to determine education needs, and who will provide the training and education. From emerging opportunities, we need to identify these opportunities. How will we work with them? Identify the number of jobs to be created. What type of workers will be needed? Create a plan for investment and financing. hold these new companies accountable for job creation, and work with other stakeholders, including trade schools, colleges, and universities. Our human capital, unemployed, underemployed, retired, immigrants, handicapped, reentry of prison inmates into the general population, youth, and others. Let's get started. We need to identify the stakeholders at all levels, get memorandums of understanding in place to set expectations, job descriptions, and more. We need to identify communities most in need, get funding to underwrite the project. We need to mobilize the research team and form work groups and develop the reporting and update structure. This presentation was brought to you by the Industry Hub. We hope you'll join with us. Donate, get involved in the conversation, get more involved in your community. For more information, go to www.theindustryhub.org. Thank you.